It's super hit or miss with police departments. Mostly miss. But I have had quite a few of them be like, yeah, you know what? Just camp behind the station. Like, we're the police. We're not afraid of you attacking us because we're the ones with guns. Diana seemed nice, albeit not helpful. She tried. Hi, welcome to another episode of Walk America. If you're new around here, my name is Isaiah and I'm walking across America. Enjoy another episode. Early. We're back out here. Day 431. Someone's staring at me. Not unusual. Made it back to downtown Boonton. I didn't really get to check it out as much as I wanted to yesterday. Anyway, so I was right here. Quick story. Well, actually, I was right there. Right there. Anyway, and I had my cart parked against a building like that. I left plenty of room for everyone while I was taking a picture of this building. And I had a police officer roll by and go, "Hey buddy, can't block the sidewalk." I don't know. I'm not sure what that was about. But that seems like police just being... I don't know. I mean, maybe... It seemed like he thought I was homeless and just wanted to show me that he had authority. I don't know. It rankled me the wrong way. Small thing. Just weird. It's not about me so much because I'm fine. But I don't know. Does he go around doing that to people that are just trying to go around and do their thing? All day parking is $1, and I've never seen a money collection thing that looks like this. We stuff bills and coins into the little slots, and it says, "Please use bill stuffer to clear slot." I don't know what a bill stuffer is. Maybe it's something the parking attendant has, or maybe you use another bill to clear the other previous bill. A bill stuffer? I don't know. But it's pretty cool. Apparently there used to be a canal right behind here, and instead of a lock to change the elevation of the boats, they had a canal lift, a boat lift, a barge lift, or something like that. And basically, like, it was like a cradle that would catch the boat, and then they'd winch it up the hill. It was like 80 feet, or reverse. And now it's gone because they built a parking lot, and it wasn't used anymore since like the 1920s when railways became a thing. But it was used to transport coal from the Pennsylvania mountains up and down, and well, that was its big thing. Apparently there's still one piece of it left, and I might see if I can find it. Okay, I've now learned a little bit more about Boonton. Its history, at least. Founded in 1867 from two other townships. Here's the dam along the Rockaway River. I don't know if that's ruining the audio, I hope not. Oh, that's pretty loud. Give me a sec. I'm just gonna speak up a little. So it was really well known for iron. They produced a ton of like wrought iron nails, or cut nails, I think they called them. They said up to 200,000 kegs a year And so the space in between the Rockaway River and the canal was completely dominated by two huge iron plants. Anyway, and the canal was started in the 1820s. It goes over 100 miles and goes up and down like 1,600 feet. And instead of just locks, like I mentioned earlier, they had these pulleys, basically. The boat would be on the canal, and then it would sit into this car, and it'd be pulled up the hill like 100 feet by a water-powered, basically like a ski lift, kind of, you know, those kind you grab the rope. It really became obsolete when the rails came in the 1900s. But this is the Rockaway River that came right along the area, and apparently there's still a few remnants of the canal. I don't want to walk too far because I've left my cart over there on the other side of the river, but I'm just going to give it a quick glance and see what's going on. I have no idea what the story behind this duck in the middle of the water is. I mean, it looks like it was from a playground, you know, like one of those ones that's on a spring, so kids can go back and forth on it. And now it's just sitting in the middle of the water. Right? Okay. Interesting. So this is the few visible remaining remnants of the two blast furnaces. You can see some stonework built in the 1840s and the 1860s, as well as over there. I'll show you real quick. Yeah, see all those arches? Those are part of the retaining wall that built up the canal, which is now, it looks like a parking lot. Oh, looks like there's some more over there. I'm gonna check that out. Anyway, according to the sign, no one knows why they built those arches with little caves in them. They've got some theories, but even the experts are like, yeah, it doesn't really make sense. And it's one of those things that nobody seems to know. And this was part of the canal. All of this was. Man, this is so cool. I left my cart way back there, so I feel the need to go back and look at it, but I can't pull myself away from all this crumbling infrastructure. It's just fascinating. I wonder if this is part of one of the pulleys, the tugs, where they pulled it up a ramp. Inclined planes, I think they called it. See all that stonework? That's a retaining wall to hold back that side of the mountain. And then I'm pretty sure all this platform is part of the, because I was reading a sign and it said you can still see some of the visible remnants of one of those pulley systems, the planes, where they tugged it up a hill behind the last building on Main Street, which is right up there. So you can see all this stuff. And as you can tell, this is just, I find it fascinating. This canal was all built in the early 1800s, so it's at least that old. And at some point, someone put a lot of work into this, and then it was just abandoned because of economics, mostly. Well, actually, entirely because of economics. Whoa, it's a taller wall than I realized. Anyway, I really need to get back to the cart because I do have a few valuable things in there. But I hope you enjoyed this tour of abandoned Standard. I think it says Standard. Was that the name of the ironworks? Is that part of the blast furnace? It says they were lined with brick. Man, this is cool. Yeah, if you didn't find that interesting, this is probably not the channel for you. Maybe my presentation of it wasn't great. In fact, it arguably probably wasn't, because I don't know, working on it. And the photography and videography could have been a lot better. Preparation could have been a lot better. This is very on the fly. But the enthusiasm was real. And I mean, I figure most people probably don't know about the abandoned mills and ironworks in Boonton, New Jersey. So the subject material is probably unfamiliar to you as well. I'm going to check out these caves that they don't know why they built. And trip at the same time. There's 4 of them. Okay, now I'm gonna run back to my cart and make sure nothing is gone. That would be less than ideal. Not the end of the world perspective, but it could be disappointing. Some of those items I would really like to still be there when I get there. That's the goal. All right, we good. Nothing missing. Just how we like it. We're going up and over the mountain, that way, to Butler. Over, I think the mountain's called Pyramid Mountain, it's labeled. I mean, we all know I'm on the East Coast, so mountain is sort of a generous term, but it is. They can be steep, and they can be tiresome. It's not quite as big as the Rockies. Also, that restaurant says Uzbekistan. The only reason I find that interesting is because for a while there, I got fascinated with all the stands that no one ever talks about. You hear about Pakistan and Afghanistan, but you never hear about what's going on in Turkmenistan or Uzbekistan or Tajikistan, all of which exist. Or Kazakhstan. I don't know if that's the correct pronunciation, but it's how it's spelled. Anyway, so this is the first time I've ever seen anybody do anything with the name Uzbekistan, so I don't know if it's an Uzbekistani restaurant. It says Mediterranean cuisine. I can't remember if Uzbekistan's on the Mediterranean. Someone Google that for me. Let me know. Up and over the mountain we go. Something tells me I have a lot more of that to look forward to. I just knew this area was going to be pretty. I was right. This is everything I was hoping to get out of this road. It's a winding back road through the woods and hills and mountains and tucked away houses and trails and forests and rock walls. And because I looked at 202 and I saw a lot of Sonics on it and Chick-fil-A's. And I'll admit, that actually sounds pretty good right now because I'm hungry. But I'm feasting on the view. Yeah, this park just tucked away in the middle of the mountains back here. I think technically we're in a town now called Montville Township. But I rarely see field hockey rinks as part of parks. That's what they got going on. Whoa. Right there. Who wouldn't love walking down this road? It's possible that this is road walking at, peak satisfaction levels. It's just a forested road, real quiet. All those brown leaves carpeting the ground. The sun is going up behind the clouds a lot of the time. Walking next to a lake. Not a lot of cars. not going to say this is as good as it gets because there's a lot of kinds of good. I enjoyed walking in the plains of Wyoming and Montana and the mountains, and all those were very serene too. This is just like, I don't know, a good example of its style of walking, which is very pleasant. The one bad thing about taking beautiful scenic routes is they don't have a lot of restaurants, so it's kind of a balancing act. But it is 3 o'clock and I haven't eaten yet today besides M&M's. I'm ready for something else. What kind of pizza shop closes at 3? An unfortunate one. Are you really walking across America? Could you use $6? Sure. I think her name is Carolyn. I think she's grabbing the camera. Good lady. I think the number one refrain she kept using was, "People still do that, huh?" But like in a good way. Not like as in, wow, what a waste of time, but like, I'm so glad someone still has a sense of adventure. She was appreciative. And I was appreciative. Praises be. The, oh, that's bright. Butler Police Department. I was like, yeah. They got this big green space right next to them right here. And I was like, maybe they'll be cool. It's super hit or miss with police departments. Mostly miss. But I have had quite a few of them be like, yeah, you know what? Just camp behind the station. Like, we're the police. You're not gonna, like, we're not afraid of you attacking us because we're the ones with guns. But this time it was just the dispatcher there, and usually if I talk to the dispatcher, they're like, I have no power, I just relay things. And so that's what happened this time. She seemed nice though. I didn't catch her name, I should have. She looked like a Diana. Diana seemed nice, albeit not helpful. She tried. Update. Still no plan. I bet a man could sleep good in there. But alas, it's not good. Because it's a store. You don't sleep in stores unless the person already happens to know you, and it's a dog grooming shop. They know what you sleep in. Thanks, Adrienne. That was yesterday. Typically, as the amount of light I have left available to me dwindles, so do my standards, not acceptable places to sleep. So at this level of light, we're starting to look at like public parks and I need both hands to get this card up. Hold on. Yeah, pretty much all parks, the rules are no sleeping, which is totally legit because, you know, people want to use that space. Totally get it. But the signage verbiage doesn't make sense there. The following is prohibited. Park hours, 8 a.m. to sunset. It is prohibited to have park hours. That's just being yeah, still no plan. Alright, it's now 9:08. So like an hour later, and we still at it, yo. It's not super good road for walking, so I had to switch sides. That's why traffic is behind me now, because there's just no shoulder over there. What kind of person builds a road and doesn't build a shoulder? The parks I've not really been checking out because of normal park-related reasons. So I see up ahead there's one of those loopy things for cars to get on and off, like a bigger road. And sometimes those loopy things can work pretty well. And by sometimes I mean pretty sure that's what I'm gonna go with, because Rockaway, that actually is not Tagalog, that's Cebuano, which is another Filipino language. Sometimes it's called Bisaya, but it means tired. I am tired. Tagalog would be mapagod. Mapagod ako. Tired, I. They don't have a word for to be in Tagalog. It's just you state the adjective and then the object. So, like, the hill is green, you just say green hill. And it makes sense. Your brain makes sense to your brain after a while. I'm gonna go find a place to sleep and stop talking about Filipino languages. Noted. I will not cut the trees. So this is just a thought. If I was doing this cartless, one, I could have used one of those camps or one of those parks, because I couldn't get into the park because of a guardrail, and it went all the way along, and the only time the guardrail ended, there's like a steep embankment, and I just can't do the cart there. If I had a backpack, I literally would have just stepped over the guardrail and probably slept in the park. If I was doing a backpack, I could probably like get up there too and camp up there. But again, cart. I can't get it up there. But that would have been like a good tucked away little nook. I talk about this too often. This is the last time I'm going to talk about this tonight. If I had a smaller footprint when I was sleeping, no cart and smaller tent like a bivvy, I could have slept in between those two fallen trees and been perfectly hidden, and I could have slept luxuriously. My biggest concern in the mornings is being visible as light starts to be a thing again, because at night it's pretty easy. People aren't really going to see you. It's the mornings. Unfortunately, I am not just like a natural early riser, so I'm generally still sleeping when the light returns to the sky. I'm not sure why I phrased it like that when I could have said sunrise. But yeah, so if you're planning on doing this, that's my biggest tip for right now, is for sleeping, have a method of finding the smallest footprint possible. So a bivy sack, they're like tents, but teeny tiny. Basically, you just like fit your sleeping bag in it, and it has a little bit of a dome space around your head, so like the water will fall off of things, and you have like bug protection. And no cart. Do it with a backpack. I know it's harder, and it's a lot of weight, and you can't carry as much, but sleeping is just so much easier. And for me, I couldn't advertise my YouTube channel as much, but that's not really the source of growth. Organic growth on social media is. However, it does lead to a lot of opportunities because people see it and they're like, what's up? And they ask questions, and then like, do you want to sleep here? And so I guess there's pros and cons to everything in life. Hi, that's it for tonight. Good night.